Hi, my name is Marcos Miller, and I'm a Marketing Communications major, graduating in December of 2018 from the University of Wisconsin, River Falls. Now, my life started like many of yours. I was orphaned in Colombia when I was just a baby, and for 6 months I lived there in the orphanage before my wonderful family finally decided to adopt me. What they weren't in store for was the fact that because there was not enough staffing at the orphanage, I was left pretty much alone up until 6 months when I was adopted, and so many of the nurses and doctors believed I was brain dead. It took weeks of my parents trying to do different things with me for me to finally start to react and to start acting like a normal child. Shortly after I was adopted, we decided to move to Thessaloniki, Greece, which is where my mother and her family is from, where we stayed for 4 years, and it really shaped me as a person because it's the culture the first culture I remember. And it also was part of the reason why I was so shocked when we decided that we were going to be moving to River Falls, Wisconsin, because my father was from the Midwest and wanted to return. It was a very interesting transition for me, mainly because I was not used to anything, any cold, coming from Colombia, which is tropical Greece, to tropical Wisconsin, which is essentially Antarctica. Throughout my marketing career at River Falls, I have worked on dozens of different accounts and projects, stemming everywhere from giving social media recommendations to a brewery in Minneapolis to creating a minor league baseball team in Duluth. Was the Surly Brewing account that I had last year with my advertising class. We were pretty much put into groups of 5. There were, I believe, 6 different groups, and we were tasked with creating a summer campaign for Surly Brewing. I'm happy to say that it was a very good experience. I stayed in touch with every single person that I was in the group, and we consider ourselves to be good friends now. It was a fantastic experience because we were tasked with just a list of things to do, and you said, hey, make a campaign out of it. And a lot of those jobs entail doing a lot of market research, toying with graphic design, reaching out to our fellow people and asking them, what do you guys think about this? What do you think about that? Doing surveys, doing a whole lot of that stuff to really practice. And what we slowly started to learn is this is the kind of thing we'll be doing for our profession. This is the kind of thing we're going to be doing for the rest of our lives. So that was a massive, massive boost for me just in experience, and it really helped that at the end of the year my team put together a phenomenal project, and we ended up winning we got the winning campaign for Surly. So I worked for Domino's for 3 years, coming right out of high school, and I actually happened to stumble upon an internship for them, which was to run their social media accounts for the Domino's here in River Falls. And that was a lot of great experience because it was pretty much solely interacting with customers and writing advertisements, writing campaigns for the events that happened in the city. Job postings was a big part of my job because we constantly have a lot of turnover, and so we needed to keep bringing in new people and new blood. And that was really interesting because you have to somehow write a realistic job description without embellishing or saying, hey, you do this, when really in reality you do something else. And so that was a lot of great experience, a lot of fun for me because I was able to really attract some people to come in and work for us. And really throughout my college experience, I have learned a lot. I've grown more than I ever expected to. And what I really learned and was able to teach myself is how to adapt to adversity and how to understand different situations and how to get through it. There is absolutely no reason you should be exuding extra effort for something that can take less effort and more passion, I guess. The way I've seen this is that time management is a huge part of this. You can't say, oh, I want to work smarter, but then you have horrible time management, you procrastinate all the time, and you put things off because at the end of the day, you're not working smarter. You're just putting yourself in. When you get to that point, when you really understand the most efficient way to do things, you can really get a lot more done, and it doesn't even feel like a lot of work. You don't feel like you're working that hard. And part of it is the fact that, of course, you're very passionate about the content you're doing, but part of it is the fact that you've planned so well that it doesn't feel like work. I want to be able to put out content that people will look at and remember and love and, react to. It's something that I love to do, and I hope to share with the world someday.